You may know James Harden as an unstoppable offensive threat, someone who could make grown men cry from the three-point line with his unstoppable stepbacks. But before all that, before he started averaging 36 points per game with the Houston Rockets and becoming an absolute scoring genius. Today we're going to be talking about those years. James Harden would declare for the 2009 NBA Draft after averaging 19 points, 5 rebounds, and nearly 4 assists in 69 games at Arizona State. James Harden in his rookie season wasn't absolutely amazing, averaging 22 minutes a game. He would average 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal per game, and his season high that year was 29 points. The Thunder would go 50-32 and would take on the Lakers in the first round. I also thought it may be interesting to add in there that the Western Conference was so stacked in 2009, the Thunder were the 8th seed, being a 50-win team. But unfortunately, it ended as quick as it began, as the Oklahoma City Thunder would fall in the first round, 2-4 against the LA Lakers. But James Harden would have a decent series, averaging 7.7 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and a steal per game in the series. In the 2010-2011 NBA season, he would improve slightly, averaging 12 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and would go from averaging 22 minutes a game all the way up to 26. It's really insane to think how far James Harden has come, because now he can score 30 points at will, averaging 30 points per game in 3 straight seasons with the Houston Rockets between 2018 and 2020. While in his second year, he wasn't even able to capture 30 points in a single game. The OKC Thunder would have an end-of-season record of 55-27 and would go into the playoffs and beat the Denver Nuggets in the first round in 5 games. The Memphis Grizzlies would prove to be a tougher foe, though, as they would take the Oklahoma City Thunder all the way to 7 games. But all in all, with James Harden scoring 21 points in Game 2 and 12 points in the second half of Game 7, they would cruise to a triumphant 105-90 victory over the Grizzlies in Game 7. But the Dallas Mavericks would prove to be too much for the Oklahoma City Thunder that year, as they would take the series in 5 games, although James Harden would pour in 23 points on 2 different occasions, once in Game 2 and once in Game 5. And it was back to the drawing boards for the Oklahoma City Thunder to see what they did wrong to try to improve. And, well, they had a very long time to think about it, because the 2011-2012 season was delayed due to the NBA lockout that started July 1st, 2011 and ended December 8th, 2011. The NBA resumed action on Christmas Day of 2011. The Thunder also resumed on Christmas Day. The Thunder would go on to play the Magic on opening day, and Harden would have 19 points and 6 rebounds en route to a 97-89 Oklahoma City Thunder win. James Harden would play all 62 games of the 2011-2012 NBA season, and he would start 2 of them. In those 62 games, he would average 16.8 points per game, 4.1 rebounds, and 3.7 assists, along with a steal per game. His most efficient game occurred on April 18, 2012, whenever he scored 40 points on 17 shots, along with 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals. Along with that, he sank 5 threes and 11 for 11 from the foul line. He received a game score of 37.7 en route to a 109-97 victory over the Phoenix Suns. James Harden would win the 2012 Sixth Man of the Year award, much deserved, as he much improved from the previous year. The Oklahoma City Thunder were set to face off against the Dallas Mavericks, the team that they just lost to in the Western Conference Finals the year prior in the first round. And well, the Oklahoma City Thunder were looking for revenge, as they would sweep the Dallas Mavericks, and James Harden would average 18 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds, along with 2.5 steals in that series. They would take the Lakers series in 5, and they would go to take on the Spurs, where they would take that series in 6, along with a massive 20-point victory in Game 3. And with that, the 2012 NBA Finals stage was set. The OKC Thunder were going to go face off against the Miami Heat. The OKC Thunder took the momentum they got from that Spurs series to go win Game 1 by 11. But then they would flop the final 4 games of the series, losing the series in 5. But James would have a decent series, averaging 12, 5, and 4, along with shooting 31% from 3. But he would have an awful 37% field goal percentage. Oklahoma City Thunder fans were very hopeful going into the 2012 NBA offseason, because all they needed to do was build around their young core of Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. Give James Harden more minutes and maybe acquire more assets. Well, they decided they were either tired of winning or his progression, or they were just tired of their fans getting hopeful, because they would trade James Harden to the Rockets for Kevin Martin, Jeremy Lamb, 2 first-round picks, and a second-round pick. The Rockets would also acquire Cole Aldridge, Dwayne Cook, Cook, Lazar Hayward, and obviously James Harden. And wow, the Oklahoma City Thunder would live to regret that decision, as James Harden has become one of the most influential basketball players in NBA history by forcing rule changes and having a step back that's undoubtedly his. In 2018, James Harden would also join Bill Walton as the only players in NBA history to win both a Sixth Man of the Year and an MVP in a career. And with that, if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share, and well, I'll see you later.